when you are in the diaspora. That's a topic. So it's going to be quite interesting. We're just going to be having a normal conversation about what happens on here, right? So how you seeing us? You're seeing us there. So you'll probably be controlling the chat. Okay, I think we should have been this way. Let me see. Sorry, just a little bit of housekeeping. Okay, that's better. Uh huh. What do you think? This is better. Yeah, so I'm going to kickstart right away. So let me come pretty close to this pretty. This is my twin sister here. She's my big sister.
Big sister,
She's my twin. All right. So, like you know, my name is Helen or Rejobi, and I'm your host. And I have an amazing champion in the house, and we're gonna have other amazing people join us right away. But guess what? Right? And welcome you back to Shining Light Conversation. What that means is we're going to be talking about the things that nobody wants to talk about, especially if you are in the diaspora. So we're going to be, talking about real life. We're going to be talking about those real life issues that nobody wants to talk about. We're going to, go real, 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 right? Like raw. There's no edits. This is live, right? We're streaming live. As a matter of fact, let me add my people all up in Clubhouse, right? So that they can be part of this amazing conversation that we're having, right? So, real quick, I have other champions that will be coming online to have this discussion. So, just give me a little bit of time. I think we should have one or two people join us right here. So, the topic, like I said, is what happens when you are in the diaspora, right? So today we're going to be diving in on something very, very key, right? I'm live right now on Clubhouse as well. So we have we have Instagram here, we have Facebook and YouTube, and we have Clubhouse down there. So today we want to talk about, those things that nobody want to talk about. It's going to be a series, right? This is Shining Light Conversations that we're having. So it's going to be fun, right?
Yeah.
All we're trying to do is talk about those things that nobody want to talk about, right? And sitting right here with me, her name is Juliana Adeniji. She's all up there. So you want to wave on her, follow her. And guess what? We're going to be spilling things about your regular African. If you're African, if you are, from the diaspora, wherever you are, right? This is the page you want to listen to, right? We have a sister page that we're going to connect to. And we also have our Facebook channel as well, and a YouTube channel. So you see me looking over here. I'm looking at YouTube, right? So for my folks on YouTube that are going to watch right now or watch on another day, right? So today I'm going to kickstart, right? And before we go, I think most people will join us, but if not, we're good, right? So we're going to dive into conversations that hit home for many of us. What happens when there is no plan? I mean, when there's no plan, you came in here, no plan, you are blank. How do you paint the picture of the kind of life you want to live? That's the kind of conversation we want to have. So we want to see engagement in the chat, right? You're going to be telling us where you're watching us from, and and the things that you have experienced, and care to find out about how we can help you, or how we can help other people within the community, right? And other stuff, whether it's sickness, whether it's a sudden, passing on of a family member or family crisis, whatever it is, right? When life hits, right, there are certain things that needs to be put in place, right? Most people whatsoever. Most people don't have no structure in place. The results can be devastating. And let's be honest. Many of us in the diaspora, we're living for the now. Some people are in survival mode. They have that survival mode activated, right? They're surviving. They don't even know, the next plan of action. They don't have a blueprint. They're just existing. So we want to stop the existing, strategy that people have, because you don't have a strategy, you already have a strategy. And the strategy is you don't want to fail, right? You want to fail. So we're saying right now we want to have a strategy it's designed for you, so you avoid the mistake that most people have made, right? And then you can glide on a free train, right? And then guess what? The most important thing that I'm going to be doing today is we have amazing people that are supposed to be coming on now, but I don't see them on, but that's fine. Let me see if I can share the link. Let me see if I can share the link. Sorry if you're, yep, I'm trying to bring one person up. Let's see if I can share the link, right? So basically, what we're going to be talking about today is very key. So I'm going to start with a question, and I'm going to throw that question to Madam Julie, right? And let's see, her view to this thing. And like I said in the chat, I want you to also go ahead and comment and say the things that you observe, right? So the question now is life in the diaspora versus expectation. There's this real life and there's this Instagram where everybody come out looking glam and all that. But we want to talk about the things that nobody says, right? The things that you don't say when your selfie camera is not on, when your cameras and all the lights and all the glass and all the glitz is off. Those are the things we want to talk about, right? So when you were coming to the abroad, right? I'm telling you, when you were coming to the abroad, right?
Oh,
what did
boy.
you expect?
Oh
Right?
boy.
What did you expect?
Well, for me, I had a very high expectations. I was like super excited. It's like this feeling of freedom, finally. Like this feeling of wow, I'm finally stepping out of stress, struggle, hardship, and stepping to a place that's filled with milk and honey. You know what I mean?
Honey,
Honey. So I had a very good, honestly, to be sincere and to be serious right now, the expectation was very high. Like this belief that anything like a tree planted behind your house where you can just be plucking money, that things are easy, you just get there, you get a job, you work, you take care of your kids, that joy, that excitement, that wow, or more, I'm going, when I start my life, this without that. But honestly speaking, we thank God.
amazing, amazing.
So
So that was your expectation. I'm sure when you're on the plane and you're coming, you're writing how much money you would have made within the short period of time you came here from the day you landed.
Yeah.
I know some people always say when you land, you just go and start picking money. You touch ground
Yeah.
first and you say, "Oh, okay, right? The jackpot move has worked."
That.
But what is the reality from the time you entered till now that things have moved? What is that timeline? If somebody had met you from day one and they had told you that the journey, right, would be like a smooth ride, or maybe they have told you that, oh, this thing is not easy, what would you have said from your own standpoint? Because I know you're a really strong Christian.
I'll tell them, get the behind me, Satan. you know, because I would think they're just discouraging me.
Yes.
And they don't want me to do what I plan to do.
Okay.
But honestly speaking,
No, I'm listening to you. You can continue.
honestly speaking, it's so amazing and so surprising. It's not the same thing. Should be sincere with you guys. My people, it's not.
So you see, when people right now, a lot of people are still on this jackpot train. They want to come join this whole, like you said something. You said like you thought it was like an American dream, like you're coming here to pluck money from the tree. But most people actually met a nightmare. Some people are living in a nightmare. Some people are facing some kind of situation that they don't want to talk about. But guess what? The only thing that is different is the fact that if you know where you are, like you know where you were coming from, and you know that this thing that is happening, there's a lifeline and there's a way out, right? If you know that there's some people that can actually show you a blueprint of how you can go from point A to point B without missing the gap or without making errors, would you, be willing to press restart and start on a new note, or you want to do it by yourself?
Well, let me even go back to where we started from. Many people have reasons why they leave their country. For me, my mindset was all about protection for my daughter. I want them to be protected. I want them to live a great life. Not about money, because when I was back home, I wasn't doing badly. But in my mind, that protection was very key for me, and a life that I never had. So that was my push. But another thing in my mind was that I felt that coming to this place like this is a blessed country. That when I enter, I'll just get a job. I will just, put things in place. I will just do this and that. And I realized that it's a process.
Yeah.
It's not the way we think it is. It's a process. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You have to go through that process. You have to go through it step by step all the way, because this place we are, America, is a organized country. They have their rules, their principles, and they have everything laid down. It's not like Dubai anywhere you just think you can do anyhow. You can't do anyhow here. So you have to follow that process. You have to follow, you understand their rules and regulations and work with it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's hard, because if you come to this country at a very later end, it's very hard if you're not younger, because that process will take a long time. For some people it's a long time, some people it's a short time, depends on how God favor you, my people. It's very how you got for your favor, but it's a process. You have to, if it's school, you have to go, because there are routes to all this. You can't just come here and do whatever way you want to do. It doesn't work. This is a controlled and a well organized country.
Well, I love the fact that, sorry if you see me doing this, I'm trying to add someone in here, but let's keep let's keep the conversation going. Okay. So the question now is, Mr. Jude, you can come in on that link. Let me try to add you. Sorry. I think that's what I should have done. Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm bringing on another amazing champion in here so that we can have a male's perspective.
Yeah.
So I love the fact that you said that most people come here and you feel that it's easy, right? Yes, it's not that easy, but there's always a way out, right? Because like I said, there's always a blueprint in every country you go. You mentioned something, you said you wanted something better for your girls, right? Safety and all that. But then you need to understand that this is a different culture. There's something called culture shock that you're going to meet on here. The different things, different. If you are not careful, you'll find yourself at the same spot that you left. Like you said, you used to work in oil and gas in Africa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Own your own car, company sponsored and all that. But you came here, you had to start from scratch. Now you had to go to school to do something quite different from what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
How did that make you feel?
Well, I see it like make me feel like I'm starting all over again. To be sincere, it made me feel I'm starting all over again, because I'm starting a different career. It's different from what I've known all my life, and it's been fun. Trying new things is good, but most of the time now it's not about what I want. It's about survivor.
Hmm. Survival.
Yeah.
That almighty word. Okay, I see Mr. King, Mr. Jude has joined. You said it's about survival.
Yeah.
Is this survival of the fittest or survival of the which of the survival?
Survivor to keep you alive and keep you healthy and happy.
Welcome, coach. So you're joining the conversation.
Hey, bro.
It's every survivor. It's not a survival of the fittest. In all manners of life.
Yes.
You gotta survive no matter the way we see it. You gotta survive.
Yes.
That's amazing. I like that. So she was just giving us a heads up on the journey so far. So you do want to share your journey with us? How did you come here? When did you come here? How long have you been here? You look so fresh. It's like you just came like yesterday, Abby.
If I start giving you a story on how I came over here in the United States, I'm gonna say it till tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? But I'm gonna shorten it up. Okay? Everybody's talking about America. America is a country of milk and honey, right? But the point is actually a place where you can get to milk and honey, but to get the milk and honey is not easy. Okay? Like they say, you come over here and everything is all well with you. Most people come over here, all is not well with them. You understand? So I would say it's not a place for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's not a place for everybody. I used to live in Germany for over 20 years.
Wow.
And sometimes you get tired of, staying in one place. I left Nigeria when I was, younger after my university age at the age of 20. At the age of 2, already out from Nigeria. And so much integrated into Western life. Okay. So after staying in Germany for a while, I went back to Nigeria. Okay. Then I tried to live in Nigeria for 3 years, but I couldn't. You know why? Because it's like everything changed. Okay, from the way I grew up, and when I came back, it wasn't the same anymore. You know, and I lived for 3 years. Like I said, I couldn't stay there because it's like I moved from organized society to unorganized society. You know, I started up a business in the oil and gas industry. I started doing haulaging. You know, I have fleets of trucks. You understand? And you know, I was doing pretty well, and at the same time, I'm not doing pretty well. You understand? Because you know, you need to belong. Let me say it this way: you need to belong before you can be able to succeed. What I mean by belong is you need to be like them. So I see myself then like a sheep among the wolves because I was honest, I was upright. Without knowing that being an honest, you can't make money.
For real? For Nigeria?
You can't make money being honest. So you have to integrate into the system, and by the time you know it, they will render you moneyless. You will go bankrupt. You will go out of business. Now they will give you what they call certificate to stay. Now you don't money anymore. Now have initiated you into their own system. You will now start growing like them if you want to make money. And I think I don't want to go that route because it's going to take me for a while to integrate into their system. So what I did was to dust my passport, got my ticket, sold my trucks, the ones that remain, because on that part of business I have a lot of challenges too. My truck is, having accidents, my PMS or AGO be all over the ground. My products, drivers, they are the most, people you can deal with, so a lot of challenges. So I couldn't do that anymore. What I did was, like I said, I got passport, got my came to United States. So when I came over here, it was another challenge. I mean, like from business, point start to a different ball games. Over here, I figured out that what people do is clock in, clock out, clock in, clock out. When the husband and wife they rarely see each other. The husband is going to work. The wife is coming back. Especially the ones with younger kids. And to get a nanny is very expensive. You should know how much money you make before you can be able to get a nanny. So the wife might be doing a night job, depending on your profession, and the husband will be doing mainly a morning job. So this one will go to school run, this one will bring the kids back. So to be honest, it's not their life. But this is what they do to survive. This is what they do to send those money home. This is the make and honey for them. You understand? For people in the other side, thinking that America is where you plug in, money, like money grows on the tree. But that's not true. They put a picture. Believe me, people down home, they enjoy more than people here. You know why? Before you make that Benjamin, you really need to stop.
He said Benjamin.
Before you make that Benjamin, you really
dollars they make it.
And I've sat down and analyzed people on how they make money. Average Americans, they make between $1,000 to $10,000. And you can count majority of the category of people fall within that average Americans. You see people say, I make 100,000. How much money did you get in your pocket? 100,000 a year, but how much money did you have in your pocket? I bet you have not less than 50 or 40,000 after taxes and everything. And the question is, what are you gonna do with that 40,000? You don't see it. You won't see that money. You know why? Half of the money goes on rent or mortgage. The other 25 go on bills, credit cards, because people here, they live on credit cards. I'm telling you the truth. They live on credit cards. That credit card is not even your money. So you want to pay them. So that's why they call it a capitalist country. They have already structured the country the way it's gonna be. It's like people, it's like what they say, they have 3 ways of making money in this country. The first one, the income, people that clock in, clock out. So they have already structured it that you can't even exceed what you have to pay. For example, if they give you a $100 per hour and you work for 24 hours, you are not going to exceed 2,400. So, which means they have already capped
the
They have
earning.
already, you understand? And moreover, you work 24 hours. So they have limited your richness. You can never be rich. Because they have set that standard for you. And count how many people that are making $100 per hour. Unless you are one professor, a surgeon, or even nurses. Most people say, nurses, they make money. They're not making any money. It's all time. They bust their asses, working 16 hours back to back. Make that money, you think they're
On their foot, right?
Yeah, standing up.
You're in the medical. I know you used to be a nurse, right?
Don't talk about
You're in the
my
medical. You're in the medical.
Those things. That was 2002. I came over here and, they say, okay, medical field is the in thing, this one, that one. I rolled into nursing school. To be honest, I was one of the best students then, but it wasn't my calling. If you go into something that is not your calling, the way you jump in there, that is the way you
jump out. Amazing. True.
You understand?
Yes.
I did my clinical. I was one of the best students. I love psych because I normally wore jeans with F1 sneakers and a t-shirt. Yeah, I don't put on scrubs to go to work. But the point is this. I ask myself, are you happy doing this or are you doing it because you understand? I go to work, but I'm not happy because that is not what I want to do. You understand? So it's like somebody is controlling my life by telling me, okay, nurses, they make money. That is the good profession you gotta get into. But how about my happiness? How about what I want? How about what makes me happy? So anything you're doing and you're not happy doing it and you're doing it, one day you're gonna get tired of it. So you can only do something with passion. I don't have passion to be a nurse, to be honest. One day I was taking care of, an elderly people. Guess what? One of the kids came and started yelling at me. I was like, oh my God, you can't even take care of your sick old mother. Yeah, I am taking care of your sick old mother. Instead of giving me a credit, you're there yelling at me. You understand? So if you can hold such issues, around your working place, you will say, guess what? I quit. It's only if you have passion. I know that regardless you yelling at me, taking care of your elderly parents, I will just take it and keep doing what I'm doing. But because I don't have passion to be a nurse, I was just, should I say, lure me into doing it or advise me to doing it. because I don't have passion for that. The same way I jumped out.
So would you say you have passion for what you're doing now?
Well, because I have empathy. I love to care for people. I love people. I want people to be happy. So I enjoy doing what I'm doing. I enjoy seeing them happy. I enjoy when I still see them smile. It means a lot to me. So that's it.
Well, so I picked a lot of things from what Coach Jude and Coach Juliana just spoke about. The most important thing that he said, yeah, the last thing you said was passion. Why passion is very key is because without passion, you're going to burn out.
Yeah.
If you don't love, like you said, if you don't love what you do and you keep going there every time, it's a recipe for disaster, right? But we see a lot of people apply the same strategy year in, year out. No strategy, no plan. They don't even have a loophole. They don't have a plan. They don't have any escape plan, no plan A, plan B, right? And then you said they give you a certificate to stay. That was deep. I'm like, what is he talking about? Like, they give you that thing. It's just like you being beaten by a rat, and the rat is blowing you and it's fanning you. It's blowing and it's biting you and it's fanning you, right? But you won't feel it. You just be managing, right? And then you notice that 365 days you meet at the same spot. There's no forward movement. You're at the same spot, right? And that's how you're like, okay, now here we go. You said you stayed in Europe for 20 years. That's a long time. So there must be something that brought you out of there. And this goes to say that everyone came out here. For those of us that are watching on YouTube and on Facebook, and those of us that are right now on Instagram, Coach Jude just said something very key, right? And Coach Juliana as well. He said, everyone came here with a dream, but nobody warned you. Nobody warned us about the pressure of supporting people back home. Let's talk more about that pressure of supporting people back home while you're surviving here. Because the survival culture, she said something that you don't have any choice than to survive. We don't want to survive anymore. We want to thrive. We want to overcome. We want to take over. Right? You see what I mean? You want to dominate. You want to make sure that you are happy. Somebody said something to me years ago, right? He's my coach, right? He said, Helen, most people that are in the United States or anywhere in the world that left their country with that jackpot movement, most of them don't have any business traveling outside the shores of their country because you left your place of blessing. Maybe your blessing was in your country, but you left without hearing from God, right?
That's right.
And then he said, what is the guarantee that you left and you move to a different city and you are going to be blessed? You find yourself struggling. If you look on and you see that you've spent 5-10 years, the word passion that he used right now is very key. If you have the passion to do whatever you're doing, you will try. You won't even feel like you've wasted years. But if the passion is down, you need to look inward. What did I miss? Where did I miss it? That's why we have this challenge coming up, which says the 5 days challenge of what do you have in your hands. Very key. You want to tap in. The links are in the bio, right? And these are amazing coaches. They are telling you, nobody's going to tell you these things, right? You see the conversation we're having. These are real things. This is the first series that we're having. We're going to come more and we're going to bring some more amazing champions to talk about that. But I want to now go back, talking about the pressure of surviving here while supporting people back home. I think they call that the black tax. It's called the black tax, right? There's a viral video going on of a Nigerian girl. She was born here. She said her parents, right, they're staying in an apartment, struggling, but they built a mansion back home. They can't even eat. There's another viral video that I saw. Now, this other one is a younger guy. The guy said, eat your money, because guess what? Nest of king, the way they will mess up your money, you will not believe it. So let's hone on the fact that, let's talk more about the black culture, the black tax that we talk about. You being offshore, but you're supporting, home base. And then home base, you said it, coach. You said the people back there. You said, you said the people back there, they're doing fine. So let's dwell on that, right? Because this is what people do. When we talk about financial literacy, by the way, we are all financial coaches, right? We're all financial coaches. We can sit with you on a one-on-one call and help you strategize and make sure that this jackpot move that you made is not a mistake. Because a lot of people are on the jackpot that train. I love the fact that a lot of people want to go back. That's amazing. That's patriotic. But what are you going back to? You don't have a skill. You left. The people you left back home, they've moved on. They have acclimatized to the situation, to the culture. Coach, you just came back from Nigeria. How was your experience going back there, right? How did it feel going back there? So let's start with you, then we'll come to Madam Juliana here.
will start by saying that coming to a Western world is like a secret cult. They say, who no come, no go, no.
Who no go, no.
Yeah.
Who no come, no go, no.
If you never travel out to witness what is going on in the other side of the world, no matter how you're not going to, you know, if I'm in Nigeria today and I was talking with a young guy, he said, Uncle, I want to travel to overseas. I said, you have a very good skill here. I bet you can make more money and be successful here than coming over there. I become the worst enemy of that child. They don't want to hear the truth. They just want you to support them. A lot of people will sell their land, their inheritance, just come over here without knowing that staying back there, I mean, it's not favorable for everybody. Like what is just said, you listen to the God voice before you move. It's not everybody that came over here that the Western land favored. Okay, take for example, let me tell you this analysis now. If you're making, let's say, the thing we are making money here, the only difference is just the exchange rate. You understand? Because no matter what you make over here, you're still going to pay bills. The little one that left for you to save, when you sell it out, because of the exchange rate there, you think you have money, you have nothing. The people you were together when you left, let's say they are into trading, and you stayed 5 years here or 10 years here, and you decided to go back. First of all, you don't have any skill or knowledge of trading. But because you can't get a job over there and you can't even work, you decided to engage yourself into business, which is trading. First of all, you have to learn the trading. Learning the trading is not by buying and selling goods. You have to know the cons and runs of the business, how to run it and how to make money out of it. Those ones they have already established have sales boys and sales girls. They are 5 steps ahead of you. So if you decide to come back, you're going to start afresh. If I got with my friends here, I can't even finish $100 at the seat, right? And $100, if you change it with the exchange rate today, is 100 and what? 1,530 naira per dollar. So it's like 153,000. 153,000. If you go out with just 2 friends, eat and drink, that 100,000, that 153,000 is gone. I'm not talking about hotel or accommodation. So you figure out that it's more expensive, and those people will sit down at one place and spend over 500,000, which you cannot sit here in the United States and spend over $500 as a seat. How much are you making per hour to spend such money? And you think you're richer than them. By the time you're back, they have already lived in their own beauty while you're here paying 30 years mortgage.
In fact, that's really serious.
You don't own nothing.
That's really serious.
They own houses there, flip-top houses. And here saying, "Oh, I own a house in America." You don't own it.
Yeah.
Because you can't even finish paying it in 30 years with the of savings and job you have over here. So tell me how you're better than them. And the way they structure it, They will be doing it little by little. By the time you know it,
they're done.
Something very big. Okay, on the other side, you're making money, you sending money to build a house for you. And right inside your mind, you say, when I retire, I will go home. I think if you want to retire, what you need to do is every year you try to visit 2-3 times a year for you to integrate into the system. Because it's going to be very bad for you. You retire at the old age, you move to unorganized society.
The emphasis unorganized society.
Very unorganized.
I don't want to talk what makes it to be unorganized.
Yes,
society.
yeah.
Because what is the time now? 12 midnight. I can wake up, start my car without fear of anything. But you can ride it over there because of the
security. Yeah.
You understand? So there are a lot of things that surround it. But to build a very big mansion, 2, 3 years, 5 years, you never even go home. They just show you your house on a picture, on a video. Guess what? You say, okay, now I'm going home. By the time you return, maybe you have pre-diabetes or diabetes, you have high blood pressure. Out of the whole accumulation stress from work you're doing over here just to make money.
It's the dollar bill.
in Nigeria, master's bedroom is always upstairs. Unlike here,
so master's bedroom is downstairs.
Because you have diabetes, because you have high blood pressure,
you can't climb upstairs. Yeah. I didn't see. There's wisdom in everything. I never even knew that. Oh my God.
That's one room downstairs near the kitchen. Because people clap up and down. Point. So if you really want to say, oh, when I retire, because I hear a lot of people saying it, when they say this thing, my first question is, how often do you visit home? Because if you tell me every year, 366 or 65 days, I go home 3 times. I have structures there. I have something I'm doing. Then it's going to sink inside my cerebrum that you are really, really preparing to go home after retirement. But not telling me I'm saving enough money when I retire, I will go home. Why in 5 years you never visited that country? When they talk about that country, you say, oh, they are kidnapping people. You must find an excuse not to go. But yet, you want
most
to
retire. Most of us are guilty.
You understand? You want to retire over there. What's the point? So it's like one being on a treadmill, running to unknown destination. It's just a talk. So if you really want to say, when I retire, I will go back home. Start now to put the structures down so that when you retire and go home, you're going to be like them. Because if you retire, went back home, that is when you face the real challenges. You will face a lot of challenges starting from your, what they call umonna.
Munna.
Your clan, your kinsmen. Kindred. Umonna.
Then people that claim to be your friend will start sucking you. When they can no longer suck no meat from you,
they'll kick you out. Mess you up.
So when you're broke, you don't have any means of income, that is when you know that you are in the wrong place. Unless home is home. I'm not discouraging anybody not to go home or retire home. What I'm saying is, if you have that mindset to retire home, start planning now on how you're going to retire back home. Put things in a place so that you will not be choked up at the tail end of the day. Try to visit that place 3 or 4 times in a year. If possible, every Q1, go home, Q2, go home, Q3. if you really want to go home, establish something. Establish something that will be generating money for you. Because the moment you take your hard-earned cash, go back there without generating any income from there, one day that money is going to finish.
Yeah.
That's true.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
Makes sense.
You know, so most of us, we never thought of it, and I'm saying it today for people that never thought of it. If you want to retire home, I bet you start planning now, not planning to go home, but planning to visit that country 2, 3, 4 times in a year.
When you say 2, 3, 4 times, coach, are you considering the fact that the flight tickets, the money involved, it's huge, right? Like you said, I think we're having a conversation the other day, and you said you had to withdraw money from your dollar account over there. But how many people have enough to even save? People don't even have account over there.
You're not ready to retire home. Let's be truthful to ourselves. You are not ready to retire home because you're gonna be choked up when you can no longer do what you used to do before. And when you get in there to start doing what you can no longer do before, that is when you will know that you start late. You don't know what is going on there. You don't even know who is who. You will believe American life. No, every country have their own lifestyle.
True.
You can't live American life in Nigeria. You fail.
Yes. Yeah.
You have to wake up in the morning and use a chewing stick. If they see you, they will say, "See this American." You never started. You have to wear that wolf skin for you to survive, so that when the wolves come, they will see you as their fellow wolf. They won't see you as
they won't see you as the fresh meat. It's like bush meat for them to eat.
Yes. So even if it's not for at least once in a year, try to go home.
That's really good.
I don't mean 3, 4 times, but every year try to really want to retire home. Establish something that will keep you going when you.
That's good. So I wanted to throw that to Juliana as well. Like, what do you take on the black tax, right? Because you just said everything amazing. Like, you've given me so much pointers in my head because I'm on the Jackpot train. Remember, we are going to Africa and some other countries. We're expanding our business globally. So the excitement that I get knowing that the brand or the company that we, the umbrella that we use to help families is going out to Africa makes me really happy. So now if I were to pass the mic over to Madam Juliana, what would you say your own experience or your own contribution towards the black tax and how people, relate to solving their bills here? Like maybe they're struggling here, but they're waiting to leave. Like he said, I don't know if you've seen the video of the man that retired, like coach, there's a man that retired in Africa, right? His kindred or umuna, like you called it, they took over everything. And then that man became a vegetable until the daughter cried out. And then they went and brought the man back. Now that man is okay. Talking about the culture, 2 different locations, 2 different kind of people. You're sending money, they're doing everything until you got there. Like you said, when they finished sucking you, this one they were even milking. Like they milked it. They even tried to even destroy the cow. You see what I mean? So the conversation now is, what is your take from your experience from listening to people about that black tax?
Honestly speaking, for me, coach has already said everything, because you see people work, and they have plans to go and retire back home. And truly, if you don't go home to know other places, if you don't have that idea of how they survive, African Nigerians is a crazy place. If you are not strong in your mind, you can't do it. And this for me, I believe that if you are not somewhere, don't bother to invest there. because you are not there. You don't have control over it. And anything you don't have control over, what's the point? If you keep sending, I have a lot of stories about people that have sent money. In fact, a pastor and a church member, she was sending money to her pastor, bought a land, and they were sending pictures of the house, how they funded everything. When the guy got home, there was nothing like that. The pastor actually bought the house in his own name. So there's nothing.
But they really
So
is a pastor.
So my brother, the thing is that people,
Is it trust
people,
now?
Is it trust? We Africans, the way some people, they just trust. We're so religious. Is the trust? My partner, and I different. Even I have someone that is very close to me that just started doing rice business. He got trucks and shipped rice from America to Nigeria. They dealt with that person. He came, he sold the right banjo. You know what I mean banjo? Right, just so that he can get back to America and get himself out. Because every space they were bribing. The guy couldn't stand it. What? There's no process, there's no control, there's no organization, there's corruption. So now that's the truth of the matter is that if you are not ready, you're not ready. If you are not ready, to me, I will never, you always tell me that, Julie, let's try and do this. I say I will never do it. Because I'm not ready for such things. I don't see myself for now. So there's no point. Because I believe that if you're not somewhere and you don't have control over it, and you go to do it and believe somebody will handle it or believe they will do something, forget it. You're on a goose chase. You're just deceiving yourself. It's a waste of time.
So I want to put a point on what Coach said. He said, is the pastor a realtor? You see what he said?
Is trust,
because people don't like paying professionals to do the job. That's why they get burnt. If you got a professional involved, there are a lot of professional realtors.
Yeah, I know.
I used to be one. Right now, I keep telling you because I'm heavily invested in Africa. See what I mean? And we're trying to do something here. We're trying to buy real estate over here, and we're going to expand. So I'm talking about Shining Light team. We're going to expand, and you're going to have, real estate here, real good, right? But what we're saying is you cannot run away from where you're coming from. You have to trust professionals, just like in our field. Some people go to the wrong people to do the job, and they get burnt, and then they tag everybody as being bad, right? So this, I'm giving you an invitation for tomorrow. If you know that you have dealt with a wrong agent that sold you the wrong policy, that did the wrong thing for you, you want to be in my webinar tomorrow. It's 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Guess what? I'm going to be demystifying the things that they don't tell you, what those agents are doing. The reason why 90% of them don't go beyond 1 year of holding that license is because they don't know what they're doing. Right? We're talking about professionalism right now. Most people will pay a quack. In Africa, like you said, the word that's organized structure. I think that thing is to be studied. In every aspect, there's no organization.
No scruple.
Because if somebody gives you, I remember when I used to be in Abuja, that was my base, right? Guess what? If somebody gives you a property and say, hey, I want to sell this property for maybe 100,000 naira, right? Maybe the cost. Now, before the thing gets to the final buyer, you have at least 20 lineup of roadside hustlers, agents, we call them snipers, before it even get to. So for those of us, usually we'll just get those people who just bring the clients, right? And then we'll do, before it gets to the buyer, that person will pay another 100,000 on top of that piece of land, right? So, and it's very funny. Right, it's more like in real estate right now, because guess what? I'm about to get my license over here. Now, while I'm here, I noticed that they have different types of ways people sell. There's for sale by the owner. There's for sale if you put like a listing, $1 million listing, right? There's a net listing price, and then there's the one that's they get to buy. But guess what? In some states, it's illegal. Right, but that illegal thing is what we do back there. So that's why you don't go through your pastor, because pastor is a human. He's called a man and a woman of God. You see what I mean? So let's not put too much faith in human. If I were to tell you that I'm a pastor, you won't believe it, because I am. You see what I mean? I've been through pastoral school. I have all my license and everything. The only difference between you and me, or the pastors you see there, I don't have a pulpit yet. You see what I mean? But then nobody wants that glory. Everywhere you are, there's ministry for everybody.
Yeah.
So the ministry that we have is how do we liberate our people from removing that clog in their eyes and letting them understand that there's something called more. You don't have to be on survival mode. You just have to glide, and there's a better place for you, right? So I really love that, and I don't want to keep us long on here. We're going to take one more question and then we're going to call it a day. But guess what? It's going to be a daily conversation that we're going to be having. What are we trying to do? We're trying to sensitize our community. We're trying to make people understand that it's better, right? You don't have to deal with people that are not professionals. Coach just said the word and she brought the whatever, and we pieced it together, and we just brought it, right? Professionalism is the key. Now, sitting before me, these amazing, coaches that can help you if you encounter any form of challenges when you're trying to do business. If you're trying to get a protection plan, you're trying to get something that can give you that safety net, making sure you don't lose money, and you want somebody to design something better for you, you want to reach out to Julie, right? I'm going to put her description. If you're watching on YouTube, I put her Instagram handle on there, and I'll put Coach Jude's Instagram handle as well. You can reach out to them. They're going to sit with you and they're going to work with you. They have their QR codes, they have their appointment booking links. They're going to help you in very, very highly professional way to make sure that you don't encounter the unprofessional people out there. Because guess what? People are just after the money. Some people want that money real quick, but they end up putting you in a position where after a while you're like, man, I met these people again. Not everybody wears that fraudulent hat. So before we wrap up here, right, Coach, right, if you were to tell somebody, right, that this is what you're going to do, what is that one advice that you give anybody listening to this conversation today, right? What is that one advice that you give anybody listening to the conversation today as we wrap up here? What is the one conversation you want to leave with us, right? For those of our viewers that are going to be watching after and those of us online. By the way, for those of us watching online, I'm very excited to have you here. This is the first edition of Shining Light Conversations. It's going to be very, very enlightening. We're going to be highlighting all the things, the real life situations that people don't like to talk about. And then guess what? We're going to give you that safety. You can come up on our lives and talk with us. Ask us questions. The chat is not for fancy. It's for you to ask questions, and we have people that are qualified to answer. So over to you, Coach Jude. What do you say, your last advice for anybody listening, basically, to our conversation tonight?
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be straightforward on it. Anybody that is 50 and above is considered an adult. Okay, and it means the person has experienced life. So what I'm gonna say now is this. First of all, it doesn't matter where you are. You might be in Africa, you might be in the Western world, the America, Europe. But I've come to figure out in my 50-something years of life that the key to life is happiness. If you don't have happiness, it means that you escorted other people out from. You might have money, but you're not happy. Not have money, but you're not happy. Not happy and you die. We don't know where you're going. You ain't going to be happy over there. So my advice for people, viewers, is whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter where you are, create an avenue to be happy. I know that life have a way of turning people around, but for it.
Yeah, before you pick up.
It's like giving you a garbage. You gotta decide if you want to say no to that garbage or you want to take that garbage and it smell on you all the whole day. So the decision lies in your hand if you want to accept that garbage or you want to say no to that garbage. So if you want to be happy, there is a lot of way to be happy. Like they say, money can buy you love. Money can
Coach, money can buy love.
Money can buy love.
Leave that part. Let's not bring that conversation here now. Money can buy love, Coach.
Bam.
Money can buy you happiness, but not love. Because love comes inside out.
If you're happy, it will lead to love.
You can love somebody without even having money. You understand? But I love you because.
Are you talking to women or you're talking to men?
I didn't call anybody.
Okay, coach.
So don't be guilty.
Even the Bible says money answers all things, right? It's the love of money that's the root of it.
And
but money.
If you're happy, it won't lead to love. If you're always happy, you love the person.
Because you have to read the content of what they say before the money. And that money is the root of all evil.
Yeah.
So if you don't start from the beginning to read it, just pick that line, money, you start passing.
Because that's why I said the love of money
is the root of all evil.
The love of money, you see.
And that's what those people love.
Not you. Now your money. Okay.
So what I'm saying in essence, whatever you're doing, try to be happy.
Yeah.
And if you need something,
laugh always. Keep it.
Make it Paris. Ask questions. People, how many times have you made an appointment with a financial professional to talk about future? 98% of our people say no. The whole people that ask this question, how many times have you go over internet, search a financial advisor near you, make an appointment, sit with them, and talk about your financial future? None. Just 2%. Just 2%. And which is why everybody is kind of doing what everybody is doing. Nobody wants to look the other side. Oh, we are doing this. You see everybody flooding into it. Take a break. Take a pause. Think. Where everybody is going, one day is going to get stuffy. And not move again. Look for professionals. For my language, they say,
interpret.
They shape job for different people. Okay,
that's deep.
My doctor, he can dissect my body and take care of my body, but my doctor know nothing about money. You understand?
Yeah.
A lawyer can bring me out from any case, but he don't know how to handle money. Get my point? So if you have any case, go to your lawyer. If you're sick, go to your doctor. If you need financial food, go to your financial advisor, not your pastor. If you need
Coach, stop pushing that button.
You understand? So we all have different professions. If you need anything financially, go to a financial professional. And I bet you will really get what you wanted.
Yeah.
And you. Okay.
That was so good. I love that. Once you need something, go to that specialist. That's why people pay premium money to see a specialist, and that specialist must have gone through rigorous processes to be able to get that qualification that they can, so that they can really, really attain to your need. So what's the closing question or closing remark for you?
For me, my closing remark is about your why. Always in everything you do, know your why. Know why you want to take that decision, why you want to make that move, that jackpot move or jacking, whatever jackpot you do. Always be sure that why is very important. Know why you do things. Know why you take that decisions. Don't live your life on speculations, on rumors, on what people say or what will people say. Don't live your life on what will people say. And be happy, just like my colleague said, be happy. Happiness is the key. You have to be happy. You deserve to be happy. When you fall, the Bible says you rise again. It's the ability not to rise again and see yourself down is the stupidity of it all. You have to always raise your head up when you fall and say, I can do it. Because it's there. The Bible said I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. So don't you ever give up on yourself.
That's key. Yeah.
If life is giving up, if things around you is not working, if you think living in America is not working for you, Pray God will direct your steps. If you think living in Africa will not help you, pray God will direct your steps. But one thing for sure, don't you ever give up on yourself, because God never give up on anybody. God gave you that life. He wants you to live a good life. He said He has plan for our life. Jeremiah 29:11. The thoughts I have for you is of good and not of evil. I'm not preaching here, but I'm saying the
Preach
fact.
on.
I'm saying the fact.
This is shining light conversation.
To be happy. If you have a failed marriage, going through divorce, you think it's all over. Who says so? Who said that? What the hell? If that guy said you're not good, it is lost, not yours. He's the one that is losing. He doesn't know what you, because he's not meant to be in your life. He's not meant to be in your space. He doesn't know your worth.
Women as well.
I'm talking to women. I'm talking to men. For men, don't say, "Oh my God, I'm lonely. My wife walked away." No, it's because at that point in your life, that is where God wanted to stop.
Yes.
And you move.
Yes.
Your page, close it, and open another chapter of your life.
Amazing.
But don't you ever give up.
Don't you ever give up.
Because God has given us a colorful and a beautiful future. We will all succeed. That's His promise for our life. I love you all. Thank you for joining our conversation today.
That's so amazing. She said, don't you ever give up. For those of us on Instagram, right here with Coach Jude, it was amazing. And Coach Juliana, amazing. I'm super excited. Their information is down. By the way, I'm going to give you their full name. This is Coach Jude Onwuka, and we've been talking with Madam or Coach Juliana Adeniji, right? And I remain your host, Helen Orejo. People, guess what? This has been so powerful for those of us that are going to watch on another day. The Instagram live is going to be off soon, but on YouTube, you're going to watch another day. Guess what? There are real life moments that, that you can make everything work out for you. But guess what? What are you making out of yourself? Right? If this conversation and discussion stirred up something in you today, maybe a memory, maybe a regret or a wake-up call, I want you to know this. You're not alone, right? You're not alone, but silence doesn't serve us. Silence doesn't serve us in any way. If you're silent about your situation, you are dipping the ground more for yourself, and you cannot be isolated. So you want to make sure that whatever you do, you reach out to somebody in your circle. If you don't have the people that can hold you accountable, that can talk to you, that if anything happens, you call them one speed dial and they're responding, then you're alone. But if you have a group of people that send you messages, some people send you, they share messages with you, they send text to you, hi. They might not be there physically with you, but they're connected to you. You want to hold those people tight, right? Don't wait for life to hit before you start thinking about the structure. It's not about fear. It's not about fear. It's about love. Coach talked about love today. That's so amazing. That's so profound, right? They shared wisdom and they're talking about legacy. He said, if you need help, look for the right person that is supposed to help you for that particular thing. Don't go and do like what Coach Juliana said, that the person went to give a pastor money to build house. Come on, make it make sense. You need to go to a qualified person for that particular thing. You're not going to have toothache and you're going to see a brain surgeon. You're about to mess up your mouth. You see what I mean? You need to look for the right people, and guess what? They are more qualified to sit with you. These are amazing people that can sit with you and work on we take an inside out approach to help you. If you're confused about what you want to do, you want to hit the link in my bio. We have a 5-day training on what is in your hands. Some of us have gold in our hands. Coach always says you are like a diamond in a rough, but you don't know. Because you are there, you don't know what you can become. You need to go through your process. See your situation right now. I'm going through whatever I'm going through my process of becoming refined and becoming fine and becoming that precious gem that people pay premium dollars for, right? So don't throw in the towel. She said, whatever you do, don't give up. Don't throw in the towel. You are more than enough. You are loved. You are loved by God. And guess what? Everything will be fine, right? There's a popular saying that people say you go. What's the popular saying we say in Nigeria? Right?
You go better.
You go better. You go better. Just keep holding on, right? If you just came in here, you go better. Whatever the situation is currently going in the country, you go better. Hold on to your God, right? Hold on to your God, and we'll see you on the next one. Tune in with us. We're going to have more lineup of leaders coming in here to grace the screen. right? Subscribe to our channel, like and turn on your notification button. So whenever we bring something very important, you are the first to, have a front row seat, and we'll see you at the top. Remember, Jesus loves you and God loves you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.